What's up, guys? You know who it is. Trying to keep my commitment to producing a video per day. And so this is just a new video just to meet that target. So what have I been working on today? Worked on the IH Cub again today. I broke out. You know, it's funny. I get a lot of comments about the fact that I use a lot of tools that are not name brand, and this is an example of that. This is a little MIT set. I think MIT is also Tekton. Tekton is MIT is the parent company, but back in the day they just simply went by MIT. So, but yeah, I get a lot of comments about the fact that I have the setup that I have over there and so much Snap-on stuff, yet I don't use a lot of Snap-on tools on a day-to-day basis. And that is true. The reason is because a lot of times I'm working with really rusty or grimy, dirty stuff, and sometimes I just don't feel like using my higher end stuff for those applications. So if I'm assembling something that's brand new or cleaned up, ready to rock and roll, more than likely I'm going to use my Snap-on or Right tool stuff for that. But if I'm just, working on a tractor that's oily and grimy, I typically don't use that. Or if I'm out in the yard working on a vehicle out in my drive, I don't typically use my higher end stuff for that. So there is some truth to that. Also, I like to have a good variety of stuff. So, I'm running the MIT stuff. I've got the, another good example of that is the Capri stuff that I'm running. Not that it's a inferior tool brand, rather it's a really good tool brand for those of you who have tried it. I've not had any issues with this set, and I run this set on an impact gun for the most part daily. And I've not had any issues with chrome flaking or cracking of the socket itself. They work really, really nicely. I have, some cheap Husky battery powered lights. They're not even rechargeable, but they work really good. And I can leave them out in the gravel. I can leave them out in the dirt. They can get wet, and they just seem to work every time. So yeah, I just go to those things that I know are tried and true. Same thing I talked about on a previous video about this Cobalt impact gun. This thing for a 3/8 drive gun works really, really well. It is brushless. You can tell I've used it hard, and this is one of my favorite tools to take to the salvage yard to pull parts with. Just has enough power. It has I would say it has more than enough power for most of the things that I'm trying to do. Now, if you're talking suspension work or something like that, yeah, you're gonna need something a little bit heavier hitting than that. But for the most part, that does pretty good. My service cart, I always run to it. Once again, it has all the Capri sockets. It has, somebody even called out the fact that I use Tractor Supply stuff. Yeah, I do. If it's good enough for a farmer, it's good enough for me. These things here are just regular chrome vanadium. I don't know if they're even that. Maybe they're just simply tool steel, S2 tool steel. Now, I did break the Torx bit on one of these, unfortunately. But, and there's no real explanation for why it broke. It just broke. But it is what it is, right? I have a lot of, secondhand stuff. That's another thing too. People talk about, they say, man, you must be in debt because all the tools you have to be in debt. And anybody who's watched my channel for any length of time knows that this whole entire setup, guys, and I'll say it again in this video, this was purchased all secondhand. I think if I look at, I'm trying to think here so I can be 100% honest with you guys. If there was anything in this jar, like the Capri stuff was bought obviously brand new. But I don't have a single Snap-on socket set. Well, this one here was bought for me. I I had a buddy of mine who was a student at the time, and he got me his student discount on that set there. But I don't think that there's any set beyond that set that was purchased brand new in this box. Everything else was purchased secondhand. And I clean it all up, get it working. If it's a factory defect or something like that, I'll get it taken care of with the manufacturer, which is why a lot of this stuff looks so nice. But yeah, for the most part, guys, everything in this jar is pretty much all purchased secondhand. And that goes for everything that I have in my entire box, with the exception of like some Capri and Osa Tool stuff. Oh, and right, those things were obviously channel sponsors, and so I get stuff periodically. But I did buy a lot of Wright stuff too from Harry J. Epstein, if you guys ever been to that website. But like all these screwdrivers and whatnot, they are all purchased secondhand. And you know, I get the comment, why do you have so much? Well, like I said in another video as well, I buy this stuff for you guys. If I find a really awesome deal on a Snap-on tool, I'm not going to pass it up. Even if I've got one or two of them, if it's for a couple dollars, why I would be an idiot to just simply overstep it, because you know, you're always going to need an extra tool. I don't think I know of a single mechanic who operates a single set of wrenches or a single set of sockets. Everybody has multiple sets. And if you don't, you're kidding yourself, because even in certain applications require you to have multiple of the same size just to get something done, right? I mean, pry bars or sockets or wrenches. I mean, if you ever worked on anything worth noting, you need to have a couple different, you know, a couple different of the same size tools just to be able to accommodate that job. Now, in this particular here, this plier here, and this flank drive adjustable plier here, these are the very first tools that I ever got off the Snap-on truck, and that happened last Thursday. This Thursday will be the second time in history for me ever stepping foot on a Snap-on truck that is currently in service. I've never been, prior to last Thursday, I had never been on a Snap-on truck, which I know is kind of crazy for people looking at my setup, because everything pretty much is Snap-on. It's all about finding deals, guys. You got to find deals. And if you're sitting around bitching and moaning about the fact that some guy's got really nice tools and he must be in debt, then especially when it comes to me, you're an idiot, because you haven't done your job at watching my videos. You haven't spent the time to kind of understand the channel. The whole premises of the channel is to show people how to find tools, what type of tools to look for, how to take care of broken tools, etc. I teach you all of that, and I'll tell you everything you need to know, as well as help you find stuff. For the people who have been with me for a long time, they know that I've sold thousands upon thousands of dollars. I've even accepted challenges from different other YouTubers like Jay Young over the years that says, hey, you give me X amount of dollars and I'll guarantee to find you everything you want to buy. I've done that for people as well. I've sold wrenches, I've sold pliers, I've sold complete socket sets for pennies on a dollar, not for what you would pay on Amazon or eBay. I'm literally selling you for what my cost has been, just trying to show people that you can source stuff at a really reasonable price. You know, all of my stuff, no matter what you look at, it's all been purchased secondhand. I think that like this drawer here, this is all like specialty stuff. I say it's specialty stuff, meaning that it's 12-point sockets, it's 3/4 inch drive, it's axle nut sockets, it's 3/4 inch drive ratchets, Wright tool 12-point set, you know, complete set, Capri triple squares, Capri hex and Torx bits, you know, it just all random stuff that, you know, you would run into. I think in this day and time, any grown man, and I'm not speaking for women, so don't get all woke on me here, but I'm thinking any grown man who is handy and willing to get his hands dirty and work on something that he owns, or for someone else, needs to have a good variety of tools in order to get that job done. Here's another good example. Here's a set I've got. You guys should have saw this, but for the guys who don't, and they're just simply commenting, you all that know me know that I bought this whole set here for $100, meaning all the Precision Torque wrenches, both metric and SAE, for $100. I went on highbit.com, which I keep telling everybody to go on and check out, and I bought a full set of angle wrenches. You know, a full set all the way up to, I think it is 1 inch or something like that. Yeah, 1 inch. Got that full set for $45, and that also included another set of ratcheting wrenches from Cornwell. But both sets for 45 bucks, man. I bought both of these sets, the Snap-on midgets and the Snap-on shorts, for, what was it, 180, 150? I can't remember what it was. Got both sets, 8 through 19. So I try to show you guys how to find them. And it's not that it irritates me, but sometimes it does get old. It gets old when I have to constantly explain how I have the setup that I have. People just think that, oh, you just went on a tool truck and you went in debt. No, guys, that is totally not the case. What I did do is I got really smart about what I'm going to purchase and how to go find the deals. And I try to help people find the deals as well. No matter what their background is, I try to help them find it. I don't care if you're a DIY or a mechanic of 20, 30 years. It doesn't matter to me. If you tell me you're looking for something, I will tell you that I will help you find it if you want me to. Otherwise, I'll give you tips on how to find it yourself. So that's pretty much the gist of it, man. I mean, I'm proud of the setup that I got. Yeah, I'm learning a lot about diagnostic stuff. I mean, I've invested heavily in all my diagnostic tools, from compression gauges to vacuum pressures to different types of testers and helicoil. I mean, I've got everything that I could possibly ever need. And as I get older, as I get more time, and I decide that I want to do more things, build a car, build a truck, buy more equipment for our farm, you know, that I'll have what I need. I won't be rushing out, trying to go buy some cheap tools from Harbor Freight or Northern Tool. I have a good set of tools that I can come into my own shop, my own building, work on my own stuff and fix it myself and learn a skill. I think that's important. That's important, especially for men, young and old. It's important for men to be able to do something with their hands. Sitting on your ass watching football games and eating Cheetos all day is not. That's not being a man. You're gluttony. You're just sitting around doing nothing. And there's a lot of channels out there like Wrangler Star and other channels who talk about that kind of shit. And people need to listen up, man, and start learning to do something. Sitting around complaining about what another man has and whether or not he or she uses what they have, that's child's play. So man up, go out there, find yourself some good stuff. Ask me how I can help you out. If you need my help to help you find some tools, I will gladly help you. Whether it be tools or equipment, I will gladly help you. A lot of people sit on YouTube and just chit-chat and talk about tools all day, about, you know, who's got what, who's came out about what. I do the same thing occasionally, but at the same time, I also tell you guys how to find the deals out there and what type of deals to look for so that you can have it too. I'm basically investing in you so that you have what you need in your own home or professional shop, what you can do, things you need to do. So yeah, I'm sorry I got on a soapbox, but like I said, sometimes it gets annoying having to reassure or to validate or whatever you want to call it, why I have what I have. I'm pretty proud of it, man. I've had it, I've lost it, I've had it again, and I've lost it, and now I have it again. So I've gotten older, I've gotten smarter, made better financial decisions, and that's why I didn't go out and buy a $10,000 toolbox. I get comments about that too, guys. Says, well, man, why do you have like 80 grand in tools and you got like $2,000 in toolboxes? I'm like, dude, I got 1,200 bucks or 1,400 bucks in toolboxes and 80 grand in tools. But I think that's how it should be. You're not smart, you're not wise with your money if you're hopping on a tool truck buying tools all the time and you're putting them into a $15,000 toolbox. That's not being smart, because I know for a fact the majority of the people who are doing that have bills. They have car notes, they have insurance payments, they don't have their own home. They live in an apartment complex, whatever the case may be. They're blowing money on other things that they don't, and they shouldn't be doing it. And then they want to go and add a toolbox payment and tool bill payment on top of that. And then they want to criticize someone else for all the stuff that they have that is completely paid off. I don't owe tool guy on nothing on this in this box. Even those 2 pliers that I picked up the other day, I literally got on the truck, paid the guy cash, walked off the truck. No bill, no IOU, no trading in, nothing like that. Everything I buy is purchased with cash or credit card, and as I own it. My buddy Steve hooked me up. He says, "Hey, I got a good corn wheel dealer, man, and he's got all these good deals and stuff. Are you interested in grabbing some stuff?" I said, "Well, sure, man." I went on, contacted him, sent him the money. He went out and got me all the corn wheel tools that I needed, plus some extra stuff that I didn't even know I was going to get. So, but everything's paid for. I don't owe his corn wheel guy. I don't owe no Matco guy or nothing like that. Everything I own is literally mine. Because if you're paying on it, you don't own it. If you think you do, you're mistaken. Because if you miss that payment, that Snap-on or that Matco or that corn wheel dealer is going to be knocking on your door, asking you, "Where's my money?" or "Where's my tools?" So don't get it twisted. If you don't pay for it off the truck, cash, money, credit card, etc., you don't own that tool until it's paid for. That's a guarantee. So, but let's try to spit some knowledge on you guys, especially those. This is for the people who are the naysayers, the complainers, etc. This is the video for them. For all you guys who have been loyal and have followed the channel, understand my concept, what I'm doing with my shop, my money, my investments, my tools, my equipment, etc. You get it. You already know. You're already well informed. And for that, I say thank you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.